Hello everyone, Turtlelags here, bringing you another AFK Journey video. Today I will be filming a guide for Granny Donnie, who is a fantastic crowd-controlling tank who also has significant amount of self-sustain. Even though Thorin, of course, is probably the premium tank to go with, I do believe that Granny Donnie is one of the top tanks out there, and if you're looking for someone to improve the survivability of your overall team. And chat, we're on YouTube. You can say hi to your mom or your dad. Yeah. So what I will do, as usual, is first go over the unit's kit. After I go over her kit, I will reveal the team that we will showcase today. I have brought the spice. And this is going to be very entertaining, guys. I love this team. And I actually have pushed the AFK stages with this to very, very high levels on side 2 of AFK stages with great success. So without further ado, let's begin. Beginning with her ultimate, Threshold of Jade. Granny Donnie summons Parasitic Grass within 2 tiles for 3 seconds. Every second, enemies within range cannot move or act, and lose 25 energy and at least 60% HP. The total amount of their lost HP is 130%, and it should scale, it scales off of attack. Granny Donnie also recovers an equal amount of HP. She is unaffected while Parasitic Grass exists. So I know that was a lot, but I'll kind of summarize this now. Basically what this ultimate is it's an element of crowd control, where she basically summons some grass within 2 tiles in front of her, and anyone caught within range of these tiles in front of her cannot move or take action, and they're losing energy, which makes them slower to cast their ultimate, right? And they also lose HP. And then the total amount of their lost HP is X amount, and Granny also replenishes HP. So it does a bunch of things. It crowds controls, steals energy, and she heals. And she becomes CC immune, which is very nice. It sucks to have like your tank or your healer silenced. Yeah, or crowd controlled. And as you level her up more, the amount of energy, various effects, nothing that like super stands out. Next is Seed Cannon. When an enemy deals total damage equal to 15% of Granny's max HP to her, Granny shoots out parasitic seeds, dealing 120% damage and reducing their haste by 40 for 6 seconds. Someone in chat asked me earlier what haste is. Haste is basically how quickly you can generate energy to cast your ultimate. It's kind of like the attack speed, but attack speed is for normal attacks, haste is for ultimates. So you're basically making it so that it'll take more time for them to cast their ultimate, which kind of helps with survivability as well. Okay, so, and it also has an additional effect, which I'll talk about later. Angry Taunt. So Granny Donnie taunts an enemy for 3 seconds and instantly recovers HP. This skill prioritizes the enemy who targets the weakest ally. So that's really cool, right? Because sometimes, when the match starts, one minion, usually it's a rogue, kind of gets out of the way and starts attacking your back row. Well, Donnie can actually taunt the back row if the back row is, in Monka-esque, like almost fatality mode, almost about to die. So having a tank who does that is pretty nice. And we're already seeing from the first 3 parts of her kit that Granny Donnie has a lot of different ways to self-sustain, which is awesome. But there's even more self-sustain available here with her Hero Focus. Increases her vitality by 11 during battle. She gains an extra 3 vitality when casting her ultimate, Threshold of Jade. And I recommend bringing this to level 3 as soon as you get it, because at max level 3 she gains 19 vitality and gains an extra 500 casts her ultimate, and this further enhances her tankiness. Now once you get her to Mythic Plus, things start to get pretty interesting. With Glimmerbloom Blessings, so you, just to put this into perspective, you do need to get 6 copies of Granny along with a bunch of acorns. I think it's like 50 acorns the first time, 100 acorns the second time, in order for you to have a Mythic Plus character. So when you get her to Mythic Plus, when her HP ratio is lower than 50%, the Glimmerbloom shield grows bigger, increasing her physical defense and magic defense by 50%. Not 15, 50%. And recovering 100% HP every second. So she basically turtles up when her HP dips below 50%. And so that's why having Mythic Plus really helps with her survivability, because you got that extra defense, you're recovering HP on top of everything else that the kit is doing for her. This lasts 12 seconds, but it can only be cast once per battle. So that's kind of the trade-off there. So hopefully your Granny's built where you don't have to, rely on that until later on. Okay, and then finally, if you get her Supreme Plus, what happens is that she recovers 120% HP when shooting seeds using Seed Cannon. Remember how earlier with Seed Cannon we mentioned that when Granny dips below 15% her HP, or I'm sorry, when the enemy deals total damage equal to 15% of Granny's max HP, she'll shoot the seeds. So kind of how the rotation will happen is like, the battle starts. Danny's tanking, right? She's tanking. Monka is tanking. And then she dips below 15%. She shoots out the seeds. And with her Supreme Plus ability, she also happens to, gain some life back in addition to reducing their haste. And then eventually her HP will top up again, right? And then when she dips back down to like the 85%, she'll shoot the seeds again. So if you have a really heavily invested Granny, you could keep her topped off fairly easily, assuming that the enemies aren't like 100 levels higher than you or something like that. Yeah, Granny might be old, but she's still young on the inside. Exactly. Based. Yeah, Rasta is absolutely right. So now that we've gone over her kit, it's now time to introduce the spice. Turtle's been cooking, guys, and this is not something I came pulled out of my ass. I actually run this team to push AFK stages, and it's a ton of fun and it's really hilarious to watch. So welcome to my Wilder / Lightbearer team. This is basically, the way this works is that you bring in the tankiest healer, quote unquote, as well as the tankiest tank, or one of the tankiest, Granny. So okay, let me rephrase that. So starting from left to right, you have Granny, who is a self-sustaining, really bulky tank, coupled with one of the best defensive healers in this game, with Haywin, who, if you get Mythic Plus or higher, which you should definitely do ASAP if you are committed to the Wilder route, she gets crowd control immunity, she gets 30+% damage reduction depending on how invested you are. Mine's is about to hit 36% damage reduction, and she burst heals. And her healing radius is the entire map, unlike Smokey, unlike, help me out here, what's his name? The other guy who's in the party, who I can hold on. Sorry, Rowan, I didn't mean to forget your name. Also, yeah, and also greater than Rowan. But keep in mind, guys, like when you reach endgame content and when you're fighting in PvP, you're going to need all the healers, because there's some times where you need to bring 2 healers, and sometimes you can mix and match to achieve different objectives. And my objective with this team is to keep everyone alive and to accelerate our ultimate output. And the reason for that is because the star of the show is Granny, of course, but her sidekick is Vala. She, in center stage, is going to be doing a lot of damage, because what will happen is, with the addition of Rowan, Rowan is passing energy off, like candy to everyone, 50 energy at a time per bottle. And that'll help, as an example, Haywin get her ultimate up faster to get the 30 plus per attack or damage reduction faster and burst heal faster. You also get Vala's ultimate faster, that way she can KO the back row faster. And then, you have Granny casting her ult, which crowd controls. It's incredibly synergistic. So having Rowan, and not to mention Rowan also is supplemental heals. Rowan does heal when your party member's HP dips below 50%. So he's kind of like emergency heals. And then finally, to add some more spice to the action, we have Temesia. Temesia is the formation breaker. She's the one who unleashes the chaos. You'll see her running around the map with the build of a tank, but doing whatever she wants, Once I get her Supreme Plus, I'll make a guide on her. Don't worry, guys. Okay, so now that I've talked about the team, let's go ahead and showcase this team. Now, because I am super high on the AFK stages, to the point where I'm being two-shotted, what I'm going to do is just go through the labyrinth, and we'll just kind of enjoy, the way this team comes together. I'll kind of point out some things that happen. Yeah, this will be good. All right. So let's go ahead and switch to the spice. So we're going to put Granny to the front. Yep, get behind me, children. And then we'll have Haywin right behind. You kind of want her in the center, but her healing range is incredibly wide. Then you're going to have Vala targeting from the opposite corner to whoever you want to focus down. In this case, they're the same unit, so we'll just pick a side. And then finally we have Temesia, who she's a tank too, so we can have her at the front, kind of helping with the load. And I was just thinking, what you can do is do the Iron Wall spell. When you have the Iron Wall spell, you not only grant haste, which accelerates your ultimate generation, but you increase your vitality to be more tanky. You apply a shield to the frontest unit, okay? Which in my case, because I put Temesia and my Granny both equally frontmost in the formation, they will both get the shield. So that's like a 5-head kind of thing that you can do. And then finally, rounding things off, we have Rowan in the back. You can actually kind of do it like this. Have him right next to Vala, because really you want Vala to be the one to receive every single energy bottle from the crate of Rowan's. Yeah, so let's go ahead and enjoy this team together. Let's do it. Okay. So now she's in... Yeah, so... I mean, like, we're in the early stages. It'll get progressively tougher. I just need to start somewhere. Okay, I really do want more energy. That is the name of the game, so let's just pick those. Love this comp to give Vala all the time she needs to snipe out the enemy team. That's true, yeah. That's true. She should be the one picking up the KOs, and then she'll get into her Berserk mode like right now. How she glows purple. That's really cool. Yeah, and you don't really have to worry about dying with this team comp. It's incredibly resilient. You got 2 tanks. And with Temesia rushing all over the place, she's going to attract a lot of attention. So your Vala can do Vala things. Okay, we'll keep going. Actually, in this case, I probably should have swapped positions to take out the marksman, but wow, she took out the tanks. Okay. Normally you wouldn't do that. Isn't this beautiful? Yeah. Yeah, Rasta's right. Like, the number of viable team combinations is endless. Like, even if you look at the upper ranks of PvP, Vala has so many different team comps. Hey Zachley, you're on YouTube, by the way. We're doing a granny showcase, and we brought the spice with Vala. Hi future YouTube me. Hi AC Dog, welcome, welcome. Good to have you with us. Sup Turtle, I figured you were filming so I didn't want to distract you. Oh, well that's very kind of you. Thank you. You're always welcome to chat. It's actually more fun if we have chatters. Additional life drain. Gains a shield. Okay. Great. Vala's capability to one-shot people is always so satisfying to watch. It absolutely is. And she stuns them too. It's really awesome. And she's in invisibility mode. Yeah. Her skin is so nice. Hello YouTubes. Hey Cowboy Dan. Welcome. We're doing a granny showcase right now. And this is the last video we are filming before we push through the main story. And I'm still filming because I want to get to the part where it actually gets challenging. That way viewers know that this is not just because of the level differential. Yeah, Temesia doing Temesia things. Wow. Oh, it's too easy. Oh, and I forgot to mention that with Granny's CC control, right? Because we mentioned earlier about the grass and how the grass within a 2 tile radius is able to trap the enemy in front of Granny so that they can't move or act. It actually helps Tamesia out because Tamesia is running around back and forth, and if the enemies are stationary, it makes it a lot easier for Tamesia to get her attacks off. Well, if you can unlock the broken healing power, it deals damage you if you overheal your teammates. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that existed. That's awesome. Yeah, so that grass earlier was crowd controlling some of the units. There we go, she got some spotlight this time. Oh yeah, these guys are tougher. You should be able to get that power from the healing stones. Okay, got it. Oh, there we go, Granny. Granny saying hi. Don't deploy light bearers. I need to for this video. I think Granny has one of the prettiest animations. That and Haywin. I just like seeing all the green. It's pretty. And by the way, Vala is a very good single target DPS. Although it kind of sucks that she's not getting the invisibility buff, but that's why we have Rowan for the energy generation. Allows her to get her ultimates off faster. Yeah. Anyways, guys, so that wraps it up for my Granny Showcase. If you enjoy content like this, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.